This is Rose McDonough. Thanks for joining us today and making my Alfredo sauce. And to my Alfredo sauce with my pasta, I also have broccoli, we have shrimp in here, and of course for dinner tonight we're going to have a slice of Italian bread. To start the white sauce, I'm going to put in, 2 tablespoons of butter. I already warmed this up a little bit so it was ready to go. And remember, if you start browning this, then you're doing it too much. You just want to get it melted out. In fact, it's melted enough. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. And I'm going to add, I've got 2 tablespoons of fat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of a thickener. I'm using flour. You can use cornstarch, but I'm using flour. I'm going to pull it off a little bit here just to make sure I get it completely mixed up. And at this point, I'm going to toss in garlic. We like garlic, so I'm going to do a good spoonful of garlic. For some people, that spoonful of minced garlic might be too much, not for us. Once I get the garlic mixed in with here, then I'm going to start with my milk. I have 2 cups of milk. I had 2 tablespoons of a fat, 2 tablespoons of a thickener, 2 cups of the liquid, and in this case it's going to be milk. Once I get this started and thickened up, I'm going to add in something that most people don't choose to add in. I'm going to add in cream cheese for my Alfredo sauce because that's how I happen to like it. Now, while this is thickening, I want to be able to move some things out of my way here, and I want to show you what I have already cooked so I'm ready to go. I've already cooked pasta. When I had a minute left of the pasta, to that I added shrimp. I took the shrimp that was already cooked and I added it into there just to heat it all the way through. I also already cooked broccoli. So think about this. This already has everything in it. I'm going to have a protein in there, and my protein is going to come from my Alfredo sauce as well as from my shrimp. And then I have my broccoli in there, so of course I have a lovely vegetable going on. The colors are going to be beautiful. You know how I feel about that if you've listened to me at all. I'm taking my whisk, and this is not a whisk that is metal because I don't want to scratch my pan. And I'm going down, and this is the only way I can explain it, into the corners. I'm going into the corners and I'm making sure that I get all of the flour off. You don't want that flour to get onto the corners because I need that flour to be incorporated in because it's going to start thickening. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is starting to steam coming out now, so I know as it's steaming we're getting closer to thickening at this point. I'm going to take my 8 ounces of my cream cheese and I'm going to get it pre-cut up so that I add it in quickly, just like when we were making macaroni and cheese. You start adding it in and it will start melting out. So I am just about 30 seconds away from being fairly happy about this. 30 seconds, that's how long we're supposed to wash our hands these days, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs, and next time won't you sing with me? And there's a chunk. And there's another one. And maybe I'll get another one in here. I'm having a hard time trying to do this without looking. That was a fairly large chunk. I'm making a mess out of my hands here. Alright, so this is thickening up. At this time, you could also be adding salt. You could also be adding pepper. If you wanted to, you could dissolve some parsley into here. I'm not going to do that because I've got all the colors added in here. And I'm not really worried about the parsley flavor. Again, I don't salt stuff because everybody else does, so why should I? Although other people do tend to salt, and because their family isn't crazy like mine. If I was going to be adding salt, I would most likely be putting in Himalayan salt at this moment. Alright, so this is thickening. It's melting this all the way out. Once this melts out, I add my last ingredient, which for me is going to be 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. If you don't like Parmesan cheese, you surely don't have to add it, but that's, to me, just gives it the richness of the flavor. Something you might have noticed I didn't add was prepared mustard. This is not one of the things that I add prepared mustard to. All right, it's thickening really nicely. This is such a tasty sauce when it's all done. Oh, I should also mention the reason why I wait to the end to add the Parmesan cheese is that the Parmesan tends to sink to the bottom. So I want to add it last just so it stays immersed into the, oh, this is beautiful, until the sauce that it's in. All right, one more chunk I'm trying to get out here. There we go. This is close enough now. I can start sprinkling my Parmesan cheese in. I did 1/3 of a cup. If you like it a little bit tangier, you may choose to add 1/4 of a cup. I mean, 1/2 of a cup, sorry. If you don't like it quite as much, you can add 1/4 of a cup. I went in the opposite direction. 1/4, 1/3, 1/2, 1/1. That's how you have to learn fractions. And the measuring cups, because that's what they come in, 4 standard measuring cups. 1 cup, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. All right, I've got a little more lumps going on in there. The lumps is actually the cheese that hasn't melted out the whole way. That's it. That is my Alfredo sauce. Other people do other things, but to me, this is the simplest, the easiest Alfredo sauce there is that you can possibly make. I also know somebody who makes it and they put in some ginger in, somebody else who puts nutmeg. Try it. Maybe you'll like it. I don't. This is how I like it, plain and simple. Also, we don't even tell Tyler that we put cream cheese in here because if he knows that, he won't eat it. So we keep that information quiet from him. I'd appreciate that no one be bothering telling him. All right, you get to watch it pour. Let me try pour in this direction so you can see how it looks and the richness of it as it's going. Oh, there's a little more of a chunk I probably should have gotten out, but that's it. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I'm hoping you feel the same way, and I'm hoping everybody at dinner thinks that it tastes delicious. To this, you can add salad because you can have another vegetable. You can never have too many vegetables. You can have salad to this. I'm making sure that not so much a salad, but that I get some beautiful Italian bread to go with it. So we'll have Italian bread, and we'll also have the beautiful pasta. Who doesn't like broccoli with cheese sauce on it, right? So that's it. This is our dinner tonight. This is Rose McDonough. I'm hoping you enjoy. I'm hoping you try the recipes. And please like, subscribe, do all those things you're supposed to do. Give me a thumbs up. I love when people say, I'm really liking your recipes. Maybe you could be one of them if you respond back. Thank you.